Morning everybody, it's David, and today I'm going to work on the barn again. But before that, Margaret and I need to plant some tomatoes down there in the high tunnel. So stick around, and if you like the video, give us that thumbs up and a little subscribe, and we'd be happy as clams if you did that. Alright, here's where we're going to plant the tomatoes, and we need to burn some holes in the landscape fabric for the tomatoes to go in, because well, that's what we're going to try and do. So let's see how that works out.
That's okay. I've read to wet the soil helps a lot. You want me to take one further away?
All right. So the problem with this system was that it's leaving these edges, and all this plastic is just going to end up breaking off and going into our soil. And quite honestly, we don't want that. We don't want plastic in our soil. I mean, it's bad enough having to use this stuff. So Margaret is punting and coming up with a different solution. Oh, we're planting over there?
We're doing this row, and we'll do that row. Peppers are in this row. Okay, this time. So we'll hard fork next time. So it's an oval shaped thing. I gotta get the fertilizer. Alright, everybody gets about that much. Hold on. You don't want to have direct contact with the roots. See, I put the plant.
See, now look at my measurement. Check it.
I'm going to do an experiment.
So it's been about 5 weeks since we planted the tomatoes in the high tunnel, and as you can see, they have grown just a little bit. The reason that I want to point out what's happened is because along with growing, they are also being trellised up, and we trellis our tomatoes like a whole lot of people do, to keep them off the ground for the indeterminates, and the determinate tomatoes are the ones that are going to get a weave, so they don't get strung up, but they get a weave back and forth, which are what these guys are, to kind of hold them off the ground. And so again, these are not being trellised up, they're being supported by a weave that goes back and forth. So if you want to know how we do that, stick around and I'll show you up at the garden, where about 2 or 3 weeks ago we also trellised the tomatoes up there. Slightly different scenario, but the same idea. So
This is going to be a little long. I think we might need the wire cutters. They do say to use a lower gauge wire than high tensile wire, but this is what we have. And it doesn't have to be a tight loop, it just needs to be a secure loop. Shoot, my end is not long enough, I bet. All right, what's my next move? Back over. This is just fighting with it because it's such a, you know, it's high tensile wire, it's not a lower gauge. Because then we do several wraps, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Perhaps somebody stronger could do this better than me.
Well, you look like you're the strong one.
I don't know about that. So what I do is then I take my, oh, my dad would have a lot to say about this knot for the other end. There's nothing professional about this job. Really. Just trying not to poke myself in the face with a wire. Okay. Sweet. What's this? I did not spend the money on those plastic tees. They're taller. No, I'll wrap around here.
And why are you doing this?
What?
Why are you doing this?
To hold up the plants.
Why is this different?
Oh, these are determinate tomatoes, which means they grow as a bush. They're more compact, they grow in a bush shape.
What are the other tomatoes?
Those are indeterminates. They grow long. See? This is why they call it the weave.
And if you didn't do this, what would it look like?
The jungle of tomatoes on the ground. This helps hold them up and keep the airflow where you need it and stuff. Oops. Oh, that's right. This poor little plant. I don't think this one's gonna make it. What do you think?
Yeah, it is. It's green.
True that. And as the plants grow taller, you know, I'll be able to get that. Yeah, go lower. Yep. And if we need to, we can put a stake there to help hold this down. Do me a favor and grab a stake.
Yes.
Check in one of those clear totes over there.
Oh.
I see. The indeterminates, we're taking off 12 inches of leaves, okay, about a foot down. And also,
The suckers.
I'm pinching off the suckers. If the suckers are too big and I can't pinch them cleanly with my fingernails, then I have to use this. Let me do this one, then I'll show you how to tie them up. You clean off the leaves till your first flower cluster. See that flower cluster?
Yes.
And remember we pinched, I don't know if you were here for that, pinched off flower clusters a couple of weeks ago, letting the plants grow as plants. So I'm going to leave that one. I took all the leaves off below it. Later I'll probably, later we do take off more, okay, because the stalk needs room to grow. Just tie it like an angry shoelace knot, okay? And then this gets wrapped around. And I'm a little bit late with these tomatoes, which is why they're so big. And eventually, because this one has 2 cordons, I will be tying off 2 cordons up here instead of 1. Forget how many. 5. Each plant will grow how many pounds now?
Thanks for sticking around. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and thanks for watching the video. Talk to you soon.